Namne Gaura Tushe Namaha Anand Leela Maya Vigrahaya Hemavati Shavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandaya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we are continuing to read from the book Teachings of Lord Caitanya, chapter 18. A living entity is eternally related with Krishna in the relationship of servant and master. Once that service is wanting, or in other words, when one is not situated in Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that his study of the Vedanta is insufficient. When one does not understand Krishna or does not engage in Krishna's transcendental loving service, it is to be understood that he is averse to studying the Vedanta and understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Averse means deviated from, not looking toward the actual purpose, but looking on the other side. So, deviated from the actual purpose. The path of Vedanta study shown by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should be followed by all. A person who is puffed up by so-called education has no humility and therefore does not seek the protection of a bona fide spiritual master. Dear devotees, please make a note of this. This is a very, very, very important point. A person who is puffed up by so-called education, any kind of education, whether it's the material education, PhD and above, or it could be even the study of scriptures, Vedanta, Shastra, and all these things. They have no humility because they are puffed up by the so-called education. What is the use of all this education? What is the end result of all the education? When you leave the body, you just leave all these things as we leave stool in the morning and we just flush it. Similarly, when the soul leaves the body, all of these things are flushed along with the body, burnt along with the body, becomes ash. So a person who is puffed up by this so-called education has no humility and therefore does not seek protection of a bona fide spiritual master. He thinks that he does not require a spiritual master and that he can achieve the highest perfection by his own efforts. Such persons are not eligible for studying the Vedanta Sutra. Those who are under the spell of the material energy do not follow the instructions of the disciplic succession. Those who are under the spell of the material energy, Maya, do not follow the instructions of the disciplic succession, but they try to manufacture something on their own. If you go to tell them that these are the instructions of the disciplic succession, they will manufacture something of their own because they are under the spell of the material energy. They will not listen to you. They will not follow what instructions is coming from Guru Parampara. They will create some other, oh yeah, we are doing this. We are not eating such things. We are only eating it on certain days, or so they will come up with their all their concocted interpretations and stuff. In this way, they step outside the sphere of Vedanta study. Here, of course, it is particularly speaking of these Mayavadi sannyasis, but we should understand this is applicable to all even the material in the material world with the materialistic persons, materialistic mindset. Even after coming into Krishna consciousness, some people are not here, not there. So it is applicable to all these persons. Any person you come across who fits under this, so we should understand that, okay, they are under the spell of the material energy. We all are under the spell of material energy. The moment we are out of the instruction of our disciplic succession, of our Guru Parampara, of our spiritual masters, not spiritual master. Diksha Guru is my only Guru. Why should I take any other Shiksha Guru and all? Whatever Diksha Guru will say, Diksha Guru is saying many things. Are you able to follow it? So therefore, we should accept a Shiksha Guru, bona fide Shiksha Guru. And then we should be under the instructions of that Shiksha Guru, because that Shiksha Guru is called bona fide representative of the Diksha Guru. Whatever is the essence that Diksha Guru wants to give through his instructions is given by the Shiksha Guru in a palatable manner to the disciples. Because we are so diseased, we have so much indigestion issues that we cannot digest directly what is coming from our from our Diksha Guru. Therefore, Shiksha Guru makes it palatable. You take it like this, you take this like this, so that we can digest those instructions, so that we can follow those instructions. Therefore, we should not try to bypass our Shiksha Guru and go directly to Diksha Guru, or bypass Shiksha Guru and go to another person's Shiksha Guru or another Maharaj. Because when somebody does that, they are breaking the disciplic succession. Mercy will stop flowing. Even if mercy flows, they will not be able to take it. They will not be able to relish the mercy. In this way, they step outside the sphere of Vedanta study. A bona fide spiritual master must always condemn such independent mental speculators. This is not criticism. To call a thief is not criticism. Arey, that person is a thief. If I have to warn somebody that, okay, please be careful, that person is a thief, that is not criticism. That is truth, which is required to protect somebody. Therefore, a bona fide spiritual master must always condemn such independent mental speculators, that these are fools. They are independent mental speculators. They are not under the disciplic succession. They are doing everything according to their whimsical accords. Therefore, please stay away from them. This is not criticism. This is important. If the bona fide spiritual master directly points out the foolishness of a disciple, it should not be taken wrongly. When the bona fide spiritual master says that this disciple is a foolish, he has done this mistake, others should not think, arey, how this bona fide spiritual master, we heard pure devotees are very humble, they are very tolerant, they are like this, they are like that. Arey, spiritual master is supposed to point out our mistakes. If our bona fide spiritual master does not point out our foolishness, then we will always remain foolish and we will always remain here. And the main work of the spiritual master, of the bona fide spiritual master in the bona fide disciplic succession, is to take us back to Godhead. If he does not purify us, if he does not point out our mistakes, then we will never get purified, we will never come out of those mistakes, we will remain full and we will remain here in this material world. So therefore, if the bona fide spiritual master is correcting somebody, it should never be taken wrongly. In fact, we must understand that if my spiritual master has said something, there is much deeper essence in that. A person who is completely ignorant of the science of God cannot be considered learned, no matter whatever their degrees may be. They may have double degrees, triple degrees, full of degrees. Their house may be full of, instead of walls, they may be having certificates, which is building the wall with the certificates. Even then, they are to be considered completely ignorant. Completely ignorant. If somebody is completely ignorant of science of God, they are not to be considered learned. That means they are to be considered ignorant. More or less, everyone who is not in Krishna consciousness is subject to foolishness. Mahaprabhu is giving thak, 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 thak. No flowery language, direct. If this doesn't go inside the head, then nothing will go inside the head. So more or less, everyone who is not in Krishna consciousness is who is not in Krishna consciousness. If our consciousness is not centric to Krishna, that is the meaning of Krishna consciousness. So everyone who is not in Krishna consciousness is subject to foolishness. Sometimes we display our foolishness by accepting someone who is barely educated as a spiritual master. That means person who is not qualified to become a spiritual master. To accept such a person as a spiritual master is also foolishness. That means somebody is not bona fide. So these nowadays there are so many so-called spiritual masters, and people want to accept them only as spiritual masters, because the bona fide spiritual masters will give heavy doses and they can't take heavy doses. Oh, we can't follow all these things. Therefore, let us go to that spiritual master. He will work, he will do things according to us. This is not something that you are not keeping a dog at your house. Spiritual master is not your dog. Spiritual master is not your servant, is not our servant. We are supposed to be the dog of the bona fide spiritual master. We are supposed to be the servant of the spiritual master. So if somebody wants a dog, they will remain here forever. They will get cheated because they want to get cheated, because they are foolish and they deserve it. It is our duty to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose lotus feet are worshipped by all the Vedas. One who does not understand him and is proud of a false understanding of the Vedanta. Vedanta is saying this, in Vedanta it is said that, is actually just a fool, nothing else. Mundane attempts at academic knowledge are simply another type of foolishness. Does that mean those who are students should stop studying? No. The students should study even harder, better, giving their full focus at a designated time, making a routine, living in a trying to live a routine, proper life where they are practicing their Krishna consciousness, because that is where all their strength will come from, all their intelligence will come from, all the mercy will come from, all the doors will start opening. What Krishna wants us to do. Therefore, we should put our focus on education, on our studies, everything, keeping Krishna consciousness as the priority. Not that we leave our studies and artificially, nahi, abhi now I'm in college, but let me start earning because I need money. It should not be foolishly done. It should not be foolishly done. We should first focus what is the ultimate goal? What is my spiritual master guiding me towards? What is required based on the circumstances, time, place, circumstance? The spiritual master will be able to give the proper guidance. If I'm doing something by my own accord, just because I need something, just because I have some mundane idea in my mind that let me do this, then this will happen. That means we are in dangerous waters. As long as one cannot understand the cosmic manifestation as a representation of the three modes of material nature, he must be considered to be in the darkness of inebriety and caught up in the duality of this material world. As long as one cannot understand the cosmic manifestation, this entire cosmic manifestation, as a representation of the three modes of material nature. Throughout this cosmic manifestation, wherever we go, the three modes of material nature will act. Sometimes we will be in Sattva Gun, where our mind is completely calm. We are happy. Sometimes we will be in the Rajogun. No, I have to do this, I have to do that. If I don't do this, then ye nahi hoga. Because I am doing this, therefore I'm getting this. And this is Rajogun. And Tamogun, sleeping the whole day, अरे मेरा कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. I did so much, still I did not get this result. That is tamogun. So this entire cosmic manifestation is working under the three modes of material nature. And one who does not understand this, he must be considered to be in the darkness of inebriety and caught up in the duality of this material world. Duality of material world means this is good, that is bad. This is heat, that is cold. This is day, that is night. This is duality of the material world. A person who is in perfect knowledge of the Vedanta becomes a servitor of the Supreme Lord. So, what is a sign of somebody who is perfected in the Vedanta? They become the servitor of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Because that Supreme Lord Krishna is the maintainer of the whole cosmic manifestation. He is the sustainer of the whole manifestation. It is not that because I am doing this, I am getting this. No. If Krishna wants, then I will get it. Mother Yashoda put her efforts in try to binding Damodar. But as long as Damodar did not desire, the Supreme Lord Krishna did not desire it. It did not happen. But as soon as Mother Yashoda's efforts were so intense, she tried and tried and tried, and every time it was 2 inches small, 2 fingers small. Are, how is it happening? I'm tying so many times, but still 2 fingers small, 2 finger. What is this 2 finger? One is, so there are many, our acharyas have given many tika. One of them is that our efforts, our desire, Krishna's desire, love and devotion. These are important. So they understand that Krishna is the maintainer of this whole cosmic manifestation. He is the sustainer of this whole cosmic manifestation. Therefore, I should serve the Supreme Lord. And whatever is my duty, it's not that I sleep the whole day. Krishna is the maintainer, Krishna is the sustainer, everything will come directly in my mouth. No, I am not God. It will not come in my mouth. I have to put my efforts. I have to do whatever is required. And whatever the result is coming, that is Krishna's will. I will not be worried, anxious about what if what I'm wanting, what I really desire doesn't happen. If it doesn't happen, means that is Krishna's desire, and that means that is the best for us. That is what we should understand. As long as one is not transcendental to the service of the limited, he cannot have knowledge of the Vedanta. Service of the limited means service of the material nature, Maya. That is limited because Krishna is unlimited. So, as long as one is not transcendental, goes beyond the service of the limited, trying to serve my own limited senses, trying to serve my own limited intelligence. According to me, this is good for me. That is limited, my limited intelligence. Unless I go beyond this, transcend this thought process, that I don't even know what is good for me and what is bad for me. Krishna, you know it. You please help me, take care of me, do whatever you want to, use me as an instrument. And then whatever result you want to give me the strength, the intelligence, the understanding to accept it with gratitude, so that I can accept everything with gratitude. Of course, it is easier said than done, but unless we try to practice it, it will never happen. So we have to try to practice it. So Krishna willing, we'll continue reading tomorrow, and we'll pause here for today. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री श्रीमद श्रील जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। गौरांग कुटी भक्त वृंद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
हरि बोल। श्रील श्याम करुणामय माता जी की जय।
All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Guru.